Every generation, African football gifts the world a player who breaks through not with noise, but with elegance. Calm, intelligent, technically sound. For Senegal, the likes of El Hadj Diouf, Sadio Mane, and Koulibaly have carried that torch on the global stage. But now, a new name is emerging from the heart of West Africa, Lamine Camara. At just 21 years of age, Camara is already being called the future of Senegalese football. But what makes him special isn't just the hype, it's how rapidly he's gone from an academy prospect to being central to Monaco's project, and now potentially on the radar of Premier League and European giants. His rise has been sharp, but never rushed. It's been deliberate, smart, and very calculated. Let's rewind. Born in Senegal in 2004, January the 1st, Camara's early love for the game came from the streets, bare feet, dusty pitches, raw instinct. But that instinct was refined early, thanks to Generation Foot, one of Senegal's most renowned academies. Generation Foot is no ordinary setup. It's the same pipeline that produced global stars like Sadio Mane and Ismail Assar. In that competitive environment, Camara didn't just survive, he stood out. Coaches described him as a natural leader, even among older players. His composure on the ball, vision under pressure, and ability to control the rhythm of games made him a rare midfield profile. But it wasn't just his technical side. Camara's mental maturity was evident early. In 2023, he captained Senegal's under-20 team to victory at the Africa Under-20 Cup of Nations and was named player of the tournament. Not only did he orchestrate games from midfield, but he was also the emotional heartbeat of the team, lifting his country's flag high on a continental stage. That performance put Europe on alert. Soon after, Camara made his move to France, joining FC Metz, where Generation Foot has a long-standing partnership. Metz gave him a platform in Ligue 2, and Camara didn't waste any time. Across 37 appearances in all competitions in 2 seasons, he showed a rare blend of control, consistency, and maturity, and he was instrumental in helping Metz secure promotion back to Ligue 1. But Ligue 2 was not the ceiling. In 2024, AS Monaco made their move. A club known for developing top-tier midfielders like Chouameni and Youssouf Fofana, Monaco saw in Camara the perfect blend of talent and tactical understanding. Since joining, he slotted into Adi Huta's system with minimal fuss. Whether playing as a pivot or more advanced, Camara has looked comfortable, assured, and ready. From a quiet village in Senegal to the glitz of Monaco's Stade Louis, Camara's journey hasn't been about explosive headlines. It's been about doing the basics better than most. Every step forward has been earned, not handed. And yet, this feels like just the beginning. So, we know a little bit about Lamine Camara's story, but what makes him such a standout on the pitch? Let's break it down. At first glance, Camara might remind you of a classic deep-line playmaker. He's not flashy, he doesn't rely on blistering pace or physical dominance, even though he has it. But once the game starts flowing, it becomes very clear. He's the one pulling strings. Think tempo, think rhythm, think control. Camara's greatest strength lies in his ability to dictate the speed of the game. When you watch Monaco play, especially in high-pressure games against sides like Marseille or Lyon, the team often looks to Camara to calm things down, recycle possession, and switch play with purpose. He acts like a metronome, always scanning, always offering an option. But don't mistake him for a sideways passer. Camara has vision that belies his age. He excels at breaking lines, those precise vertical passes that pierce through the defensive structures and unlock space for forwards. His progressive passing numbers this season rank among the top 15% in Ligue 1 midfielders according to FOTMOB and FBRF. In transition, he's the ignition switch. He'll drop between centre-backs to collect under pressure, then glide forward with tight control before releasing the perfect pass. Against Lyon earlier this season, Camara registered 6 progressive carries and completed 92% of his passes, with nearly half of them being forward. That's not just tidy play, it's assertive playmaking. Then there's his defensive contribution. Camara isn't just a pure destroyer like an N'Golo Kante or Claude Makelele, but he's far from passive. His reading of the game is excellent. He positions himself well to cut passing lanes, recovers quickly, and often wins back possession through anticipation rather than aggression. This season, he's averaging just over 2 tackles and 1.5 interceptions per 90 minutes. Not just respectable, but elite for a player in his role. He's also extremely press resistant. In matches against press-heavy sides like Nice or Benfica in the Champions League, Camara was able to receive the ball under pressure, shield the ball, and find the right outlet time and time again. It's this level of composure in tight spaces that make coaches trust him, even when the stakes are high. Tactically, Camara is adaptable. He can play as the deepest midfielder in a 4-3-3, sitting in front of the backline and orchestrating build-up, but he's equally comfortable as part of a double pivot in a 4-2-3-1, where he's able to step forward, combine with more advanced midfielders, and contribute in the final third. Monaco have even experimented with him in a more box-to-box role, where his stamina and decision-making still shine through. And yet, what makes all of this even more impressive is how seamlessly he combines the mental and technical sides of the game. He doesn't force the spectacular. Every action has a purpose, every pass, every turn, every step. Watching Camara is like watching someone who sees the game 2 seconds earlier than everyone else. He doesn't chase chaos, he controls it. In many ways, he's a blend of multiple profiles. The positioning of a Rodri, the elegance of a Marco Verratti, the passing intelligence of a Frenkie de Jong, and at just 21 years of age, that's not just potential, it's already performance. So I guess with all this ability, maturity, versatility, vision, what comes next for Lamine Camara? Because in the world of modern football, talent doesn't go unnoticed for too long. And right now, his name is starting to echo across Europe's biggest scouting departments. Both Liverpool and Tottenham Hotspur in the Premier League are two clubs that have been credited with reported interest in Lamine Camara alongside Chelsea as well. Liverpool's midfield does consist already of Ryan Gravenberch, Alexis McAllister and Dominic Szoboszlai. Controlled pressing and tactical fluidity are probably things that you would associate with an Arne Slot team and what he's trying to implement with his midfield. And those three do offer unique, talented attributes. But Lamine Camara could offer something a little different than any of those three players. On the face of it, you'd probably see it as he might not be as attacking as a Szoboszlai, not as vertical as a Ryan Gravenberch, and not as metronomic as a McAllister, but what he brings is a hybrid of the three. The tempo control of McAllister, the positional intelligence of a holding midfielder, and the ability to transition from defence to attack with minimal touches, something I believe that Liverpool's midfield are missing. He could be the bridge between Liverpool's first phase and their final third, a low-risk passer with high-pressure resilience. And with Liverpool, of course, being in the Champions League and looking to retain their title next season, injuries and rotation, of course, defining seasons at times, he could be a very, very good addition to the squad. Of course, over in North London, things are, of course, shifting. Tottenham Hotspur have just appointed Thomas Frank, the Danish mastermind who brought identity and overperformance to Brentford. It's a bold, forward-thinking hire, someone who values tactical balance, ball retention, and midfield structure. Wink, wink. Camara under Frank could be a perfect developmental partnership. Tottenham's current midfielders have shown flashes throughout their time at Spurs: Bissouma, Sarr, Bentancur, Maddison, but it's lacked consistent rhythm. Camara, with his ability to slow the game down, pick his moments, and provide stability in possession, would potentially thrive in Frank's double pivot or the three in midfield. His intelligence and composure would suit the kind of structured but expressive football Thomas Frank is expected to bring to Tottenham Hotspur. But this isn't just about England. Camara's performances in Ligue and in Europe in the Champions League have drawn interest from across the continent, with Bundesliga sides and even Spanish clubs rumoured to be watching his development closely. Monaco, who developed Tchouameni and cashed in for nearly €100 million, may see a similar trajectory for Lamine Camara. And make no mistake, Monaco are in no rush. With Camara now fully integrated into Monaco's system and Monaco qualifying for European competition again, they may want to enjoy the next 12 to 18 months of his development before entertaining a transfer. And for Camara, that might be the smartest move. He's getting regular minutes, he's trusted, he's improving with every match. Then, of course, there's the international stage. Camara is already a growing presence in Senegal's senior national team, having represented them in the African Cup of Nations. With the 2025 AFCON around the corner, Camara has the opportunity to not just be a squad member, but to become a starter, potentially lining up alongside Pape Sarr, and in a midfield double pivot that could define Senegal's next era. So again, I ask, what is next? Camara currently stands at a crossroads. He could stay in Monaco and sharpen his tools in a system designed to nurture, or he could take the leap into the Premier League, into the Champions League spotlight, into a pressure cooker where his decisions will echo louder than ever. But here's what's clear. Lamine Camara isn't a maybe, he's not hype, he's happening. So there you guys have it. Lamine Camara, a player with elegance, control, and a future that feels almost inevitable. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to drop a like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more breakdowns. Let me know in the comments which player you think I should do a deep dive on next. And let me know as well, where do you think Camara should go next? Should he come to the Premier League? Should he stay at Monaco? Or should he look elsewhere? Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.